everybody, it is Wednesday morning and I'm headed south to the Moore Expo. Unfortunately, it's raining and I was hoping to have a nice drive down, but unfortunately, I think I might be stuck in the rain all day. There are some sights I want to see along the way, so I'm hoping it lightens up enough to go check those out. But if not, I'm just gonna make more like a beeline just to get there, and hopefully tomorrow will be a much nicer day when I finish up the drive. Today I'm going to camp along the Iowa-Missouri border near the town of Farmington. That's the plan anyway. If it's pouring at 7 o'clock, I might just do a hotel. You know, hate to say it. But anyway, I'm going to get going and I'll show you what I can see as long as we don't get poured on. When I was originally thinking about how I was going to get to the Moore Expo from the Twin Cities, I was planning on running south along the Mississippi. With a distance of just over 400 miles, I knew it would be a long day. With the rain and all, it was an easy decision to skip the river road and just take Highway 52 a couple hours south to save some time. Well, I'm about an hour south of the cities, around Cannon Falls, and there is blue sky peeking through the clouds, so I'm hopeful that today maybe not be a complete washout. I was really happy to see the weather improve, and I had made some good time on the highway. I decided to make a stop just south of Rochester and contemplate the idea of getting back on my planned route. Well, right now I'm about 12 miles southwest of Rochester in the town of Chatfield, and it looks like it stopped raining, so that makes me happy, and the sun's trying to come out. I'm going to go ahead and cut over about 5 miles or so and pick up a route that I made a few months ago that'll get us off the highway and onto some more back roads. We'll hit some more small towns, and we're going to hit some interesting natural places and things to look at on the way down. It's only 300 miles today, or 350 miles today, I think. I broke it up in 2 days, which was nice, so I didn't have to leave at the butt crack of dawn to make it in one fell swoop. And the weather looks like it's starting to cooperate, so that's good. But one thing that's bad is I have developed a rattle in my dash, and it's driving me nuts. So if I'm bald by the next time you see me, it's just because I'm pulling my hair out. It's just this little rattle, and it's behind the glove box, and I don't think it's that automatic vent door. It's not clicking. I'm not sure what it is, if there's a stone or something in there or what, but it's just driving me bonkers. Once I got off the highway and onto these wonderful backcountry roads, I knew I had made the right decision. Plus, the damp conditions meant no dust, and these gravel roads were just a joy to drive. Right now I am rolling through the town of Lanesboro, Minnesota, and if you've never been to Lanesboro, you have to check it out. It's right along Root River, and it's this absolutely gorgeous little river town. It's quaint, it's romantic, it's just a great little town to visit, and a must if you're ever in southeast Minnesota, that's for sure. This area of southeast Minnesota is just absolutely gorgeous. It's the Minnesota portion of the Driftless area. So to my left, which is on the east side of the state, it gets more hilly and bluff country, and then to the right you start the Great Plains. So this County Road 21 is really kind of a border highway. But what an absolutely gorgeous area. Things are starting to green up now with the sun out, so that's nice. And I am just a few miles north of the Iowa border, so making my way. I think southeast Minnesota is one of those most underrated places when it comes to beautiful drives. If you love dirt roads and pretty scenery, be sure to check out the new Southeast Minnesota Adventure Trail. I'll leave a link below so you can learn more. Well, I'm in Iowa. It doesn't look a whole lot different, but I'm in Iowa. Just a few miles south of the Minnesota-Iowa border was the first natural landmark I wanted to check out. The weather was cooperating, so I decided to stop and see what the Chimney Rock Wildlife Management area was all about. Well, hey guys, I am in the Chimney Rock Wildlife Management area just south of the Minnesota and Iowa border. I'm going to drive around, check it out, see if there's actually Chimney Rock to see. This area here has an old bridge, as you can see behind me, and it's the canoe landing area. So I'm going to continue on the road. There's a campground and hopefully there's a Chimney Rock to see. I've never been here before, so you're going to see it for the first time with me as well. Well, this road was to lead us to the campground, which it did, and I was hoping we could get in there and drive around and check it out and see if there is a Chimney Rock to look at. But it is closed temporarily. I'm assuming it's probably pretty muddy and wet yet, considering it is April and things are softening up. Frost is coming out of the ground, so they're probably just trying to avoid having it chewed up. They also might be doing some maintenance. They were doing some work across the street as well. Looks like they were building some camping cabins or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe take a few more photos and then we'll continue on. Well, all right, so beyond that sign, you can see a couple spires coming up along the river made out of sandstone. There's your Chimney Rocks. So, all right, yeah, very neat place. Real pretty out here. If you're interested in getting a better view of Chimney Rock, I'd suggest dropping a canoe or kayak into the upper Iowa River here and paddling upstream a bit. I bet the views from the water are quite stunning. Well, it was time to keep pressing on, and I made my way towards Decorah, Iowa. Well, I just crossed the old narrow bridge on Bluffton Road, and I am on the south side of the river. And I just pulled in to get a few clips of the bridge, and I noticed that there's a really cool hiking path behind me. I don't have time to check it out, but if you're ever in Decorah, Iowa, just head north a little bit on Bluffton Road and look for the old narrow bridge. Looks to be a good place to go walk the dog or go for a hike. After doing a little research, it looks like the walking trail is the Malanaphy Springs State Preserve, and a short walk would have brought me to the Malanaphy Springs. When I was younger, I was down in the northeast corner of Iowa several times, as my sisters went to school here in Decorah. In the past few years, I've clocked many miles on the roads east of here on dual sport motorcycles, attending events such as the Great River Gravel Ride. I wasn't long out of Decorah when a museum road sign caught my eye. I was making some good time, so I thought I'd jump off the route and check it out. Well, hey guys, I just was on the road and I saw a sign for the Bily Clocks Museum. So I thought I'd hang a hard right and go check it out. It's about 4 miles away off the main road. Well, I got here and it's closed, but closed for the season yet. It doesn't open until May 1st. But I did talk to a guy who had been here before, and apparently the Bily brothers were farmers in the area, and they were really, really good at making large hand-carved clocks. Now, I would love to have seen a couple of them, but again, it was closed for the season. And he told me a story that back in the early 1900s, I believe, Henry Ford offered them $1 million for one of the hand-carved clocks, and they turned it down. They said they'd rather have it here than in the museum. Apparently they're very proud of that hand-carved clock. But so if you're ever in, what town am I in? If you're ever in Spillville, Iowa, check out the Bily Clocks Museum. It doesn't open until May 1st, so apparently it's a pretty cool place. Some history there, a little history lesson for you. So Spillville, Iowa, go check it out. This is truly the heartland of the United States, and as I drove south, the farming communities welcomed me as I rolled on through. I am in Fayetteville, Iowa, and I just fueled up, and I'm going to head a little bit west off the trail a little bit. Looks to be a little more interesting drive to check out, and then I will be back on it. But I'm going to follow the scenic bluff drive that the state of Iowa has. Looks like it goes probably, I don't know, 10 miles or so off the path that I made. But it should be a pretty drive. After several hours in the driver's seat on the state highway, I was glad to jump off the route and check out a twisty section just east of my intended path. This area is known as Corn Hill, and Granite's Road did not disappoint. Well, that was a fun little gravel offshoot. That old bridge was pretty cool. I am back now on the route that I had planned on, and we're just going to continue a little bit west, and then we'll drop south. Again, I'm planning on camping around the Iowa-Missouri border, I think near the town of Farmington. I believe the campground is White Oak Campground, I think. We'll see if it's open. Some of the campgrounds I've been finding have been closed. Worst case scenario was I grab a hotel room, so... But I'm hoping to camp. That'd be kind of fun. As the day went on, I continued to pile the miles on as I headed south, each mile marker telling me I'm getting closer to the Iowa-Missouri border. Rolling through the town of Cogan, Iowa. After a good stint on the road, I pulled into Central City, Iowa, and found a great place to take a break. I pulled into the city park along the Wapsipinicon River. Well, that's a tricky one to say. Well, everybody, I thought I'd take a quick break and pull into the Pinicon Ridge County Park in Central City, Iowa. I've probably got about 80 miles or so left until I get to camp. So I thought I'd just take a stop and stretch my legs and check it out. It's a pretty neat little park. There's like lots of these little bridges that go over the little tributaries of water that run through here. And then there's a playground, I can hear kids playing over there, and it's just a nice little city park or county park. Very cool. Just west of Anamosa, Iowa, I jumped off the Ridge Road and enjoyed a drive through the Motzel Bridge Natural Area. It's just a beautiful area, and I'm sure it's a popular place to explore and camp throughout the summer. Well, I'm rolling through the town of Mount Vernon, Iowa. It's a cute little town, a lot of historic homes. But it is big enough to have a Scooter's Coffee, so there you go. As I headed south on Highway 1 towards Solon, Iowa, another historic marker caught my eye, so of course, I had to check it out. This is Stone Academy, located just a few miles north of Solon. This one-room school was believed to have been built before Iowa was even a state, back in 1842. And it was used as a classroom up until 1953. It's one of the oldest surviving school buildings in Iowa. It survived through the times of Indian unrest and through the invention of rock and roll, so you know this limestone school definitely was well built. If you'd like to see it, private tours are available, and I'll leave contact information below. As the day wore on, I was ready to find the campground and settle in. It took a bit to get around Iowa City, but I was once again on some great little back roads. It was around dinner time when I rolled into the Shimek State Forest just along the Iowa-Missouri border. My home tonight was the White Oak Campground. There was just one other camper, so I basically had the place to myself. Storms and rain were in the area, but I was pretty sure they'd miss me. Be sure to check out part 2 of my trip to Moore Expo to see if I was right. Well, hey guys, I am camped for the night at the Shimek State Forest at the White Oak Campground. I'm just gonna chill here tonight. Gonna grill some burgers, which I got going here, and charge up the batteries and just get a good night's rest for tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. We got about 5 more hours before we get to the Moore Expo, so yeah, this is fun. Thanks for coming with me today. I appreciate it. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe helps me out too. I'm aiming for 1,000, so anything you can do to help me out, that would be great. And share, I wouldn't mind that as well. So, man, these are going to be good. So you guys take it easy, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.